I spent an entire weekend doing something I absolutely love, and still I ended up feeling irritable, tired, and having hot flashes. You want to know why? Picture this: me in my garden, dirt underneath my fingernails, totally in my element. And, I was really enjoying my time outside. At the same time, with spring being such a busy time of year for gardening, I really busted my butt from sunup to sundown for 2 days in a row, trying to make sure I marked everything off my garden to-do list. So flash forward to Monday morning, and I'm sipping my cup of tea, and something just feels off. And I begin to wonder if I overdid it again over the weekend. In recent years, I've really realized more and more how strong my inner drive is to be productive. And once again, I didn't build in any breaks to rest or recharge over the weekend. Even when you love what you're doing, that constant drive to be productive can still really take a toll on your well-being. And unfortunately, I've learned this the hard way. But the way I've learned it is by listening to the subtle signals that my body gives me after I've done too much. So this past weekend, the signs from my body were things that I probably wouldn't have even noticed or recognized years ago. The first cue was that feeling of being a bit off, like I mentioned to you. And then a little later, I noticed that I just didn't have my normal level of energy. And I also noticed that I was feeling easily annoyed and a little bit quick-tempered. So later in the day, I also remembered that I had had a few hot flashes over the course of the day. And I found that kind of intriguing because I don't usually get these. And ever since I started taking bioidentical hormone therapy, so that was like, So you might be wondering what hot flashes and irritability have to do with a weekend in the garden. When I started studying Ayurveda, which is a holistic system of health, I learned that my dosha type, pitta, can get out of balance from doing too much, and that causes heat and stress from things like overworking. Sound familiar? Well, I had spent the 2 days in the sun, and I definitely had a lack of rest over the weekend. I'd also been overdoing it a little bit lately on eating some spicy foods. Again, more heat, and all this excess heat was released in the form of the hot flashes and the resulting irritability that I was feeling. I find this really fascinating because then hopefully what I will do is the next time when I have this full weekend of gardening plan or anything that I really love doing, but I've got this long list, I really need to make sure to build in the breaks for myself. Otherwise, I can be pretty well assured that I'm not going to feel 100% in the days that follow. So if you are interested in your own dosha and how you can better keep your own body in balance, a good way to get started is by taking the quiz to find out what your dosha is. There's a really good one on the Banyan Botanical website, or you can find an Ayurvedic practitioner in your own area. I'm quite sure they will be able to help you optimize your health in a number of ways. Regardless, the next time you feel off after a day where you've checked all the boxes, even the fun ones, you may just want to take a moment to ask yourself, was I only chasing productivity today, or did I also allow time to actually restore myself? Your body knows the answer to this. And if you listen, you'll find the real answer. So I hope you have found this short video today helpful to you in how just really tuning in to what your body's trying to tell you can really help to optimize the way that you're feeling and your health. And if you have similar experiences, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. And I hope you have an amazing week. Thanks for being here.